What is up, everyone? It's been a little while since I made a Bon Jovi related video, and I know I got a ton of Bon Jovi fans as subscribers after I did all the album reviews, talked a lot about the tour, the voice issues, obviously, and Bon Jovi, there's been some news going on with the new box set coming out soon, and we've all wondered, is he going to tour again? Or is this band going to be able to tour with John's voice being pretty much gone, right? Well, actually, I've tried to watch every video that has come out whenever they've done any kind of show, which is few and far between. They have not done a major tour, obviously, but every so often, John Bon Jovi will show up somewhere and sing for some reason, even if it's for politics. You know, he was singing for Kamala. We heard about the vocal surgery, so it's like, okay, let's see, is there going to be an improvement or not? This was a show right here, Bon Jovi's live JBJ's Bar Grand Opening, Nashville 2024. It was back in June. I mean, we're talking about almost a year ago. And it was one of the early first shows after the vocal surgery, after the 2022 tour, in which he sounded awful. And I figured, this is it. This is the end as far as touring goes anyway. And I'll play a little clip, but there is some good news. I'm not just making this video to say how bad John Bon Jovi sounds. In fact, that's why I haven't made too many videos. There's nothing else to say because his voice is pretty much shot. But what we're going to get to is a more recent performance, and I thought he sounded much better there. But first, let's start here in Nashville. I'll play a little bit here of the opening song, Blood on Blood. I think there is a slight improvement. And also notice, I picked up my guitar there, I just wanted to double check, but it is a half step up from what they were doing on that 2022 tour when they had to drop it a whole step. Because Bon Jovi always, I mean, not always, but for the longest time, going back to as long as I've been watching them tour, they've always played the songs a half step flat, a half step down from what you would hear on the record. And only in this latest tour in 2022, they went to a whole step down to accommodate John Bon Jovi, and he still was awful. But here they're back to just a half step flat. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just picked up my guitar and I was playing a half step flat and it matched perfectly. So I believe they are a half step flat again. And I think he sounds slightly better, so it's a good sign. But overall in this show, I wasn't convinced that he was ready to tour again. Here he is. You can hear it a little more clearly here, singing Living on a Prayer. It's a slower, lighter version of it. And this is for, he's obviously campaigning or helping the campaign last year. Let's just not worry about that, and let's just hear the voice.
It's so tough. In June was down the road day, working for a man. She brings home a big for love, for love. You say we gotta hold on to what we got.
Again, I think the range has improved a little bit here. I think he's improved over 2022, honestly. And here's another one. This is from late last year. John live at JBJ's in Nashville. And check this one out. This is the one that really got me thinking he's definitely improved. Now, you could say, oh, he's improved because he hadn't been touring. But remember, 2022, he hadn't been touring either. 2020, 2021, the pandemic, he wasn't doing a lot of touring or a lot of shows, and it was god-awful. His voice was terrible in 2022. Since then, he's had the vocal surgery, and let's listen to a little bit of this one here in Nashville. And I know the sound quality is not the best, but I think there's a clear-cut improvement. not saying it's perfect, but I feel like there's an improvement. And again, this is just a half step flat. So we're back to the normal key. Listen to it in 2022. Stop the video. Stop the video. I mean, I'm not sure. I feel a huge improvement, and I'm not saying back to his prime. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying I'm hearing a massive improvement in the more recent performances. And a cool thing about that video, by the way, he also sang a song that he never plays live anymore. Hasn't played it live probably since 1995 or something. From these days, he sang a little bit of "This Ain't a Love Song," one of my favorites. I'm not saying it's great. I don't believe he can do that in 2022. I don't believe he could even get close to singing that song and hitting that chorus. He's stretching and he's maxing out there, and maybe he's not quite hitting the notes every one of them, but I feel like it's night and day. I feel like there's been a gradual improvement since the vocal surgery, and we've had that announcement of an upcoming box set and also of some kind of a new Forever album, or I don't really understand what it is, but a new version of the album with unspecified guest stars. This is an article that came out last month, and he said he's not giving up on touring. We're ready. We're doing some rehearsals, and it looks like we'll be playing this year. I'm excited about that. My focus is moving forward with the re-release of Forever, and God willing, getting back on the road and running that project through his life. He wants to tour for Forever, which never really got to do because of his vocal issues. And I was pretty much like tapped out on it. I'm not going to go to no Bon Jovi shows. You know, you can produce more albums and, you know, use the studio magic to make them work. Or whatever, different takes, punch in, punch out, do what you got to do to make them sound good. But after watching some of these clips from more recent performances, I'm a little bit hopeful. Now, I don't think that they can go do a whole world tour for 2 years. I don't think his voice is gonna make it. But you know, something small scale, maybe. Let me know though. Let me know if you guys heard what I'm hearing, and you're back to a half step flat instead of a full step flat, and he's got range now. I feel like there was no range before. Like he couldn't hit anything. The notes were off. It was off key. It was bad. Now, I'm not saying it's great, but I feel like it's a huge improvement. But let me know what you guys think in that comment section down below. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. Look forward to more videos. I'm going to try to do more music videos, and I do got to review Richie Sambora's second and third album. I am aware of that. Gonna get to that as soon as I can. But other than that, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you in the next one.